Dollar. Dirt on money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yup, what's good, original crew, man? We're back. We have TikTok's unintentional curse on hip hop. Do you feel like TikTok has a curse on hip hop? Do you think TikTok has a curse on the music industry itself? I don't think we.
Let me.
Oh yeah, go before I say my part.
No.
Because I don't want you to feel as though you got to piggyback off something I said.
No. Because honestly, I haven't thought about it, but I do feel like a curse. I don't know if curse is the word I should use, but I don't know if that's the word I want to use. But it does have an effect on it.
It has a negative effect.
A negative one.
And I agree with you. I don't necessarily want to say it's a curse, but it does have a negative impact. And it's not just hip hop. I think it has a negative impact on the whole music industry itself. And I'll say the average consumer of music is not thinking about the music industry. But somebody like me who has a background when it comes down to the music industry, I see it firsthand. And honestly, when you actually are going to get like a degree and going and actually trying to they teach you and they say take advantage of these tools. The industry, not just hip hop, but the music industry wants a platform like this because it's helping boost like artists that it's probably harder for them to really push and break. They was like, hey, let's try to focus on a platform like TikTok. Like you got to utilize
I agree.
The reason why I'm saying it, couple classes I did have in school, we focus in on the social media aspect and the social media impact, and they teach you to utilize the social media that you have now. They'll tell you any day. Right now, it's the easiest access to getting your music out there than any other time. Yeah, so you need to use those tools.
Yeah, most definitely use them, but I don't feel like
they're being truly beneficial.
Yeah, like right now it's good, like that quick like success and that quick like buzz, but longevity, I feel like as fast as you blow up on there.
But that doesn't make the platform, and that's a more.
No, I'm not talking.
I'm saying that's not a true representation of the platform. That's a representation of the artist, because the artist's music is not really that good. You just caught a catchy hook or something, but that's not the platform's fault.
No.
Your music's just not that good.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
We're going to get into it, man. But before we get into it, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go. If you want the first part, you got to do it. Check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals.
Like it with a thumbs up.
Let's get it. Let's check it out, man. Let's see what it's about, y'all. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Let go.
TikTok is everywhere. In the United States, the presence in the courtroom and on the screens of 50 million daily users makes the social media giant inescapable. It's affected so many parts of life, including dance, humor, and education. But its greatest impact is undeniably on music. Artists can go from underground to #1 in only a few days thanks to the app's influence. And rappers like Lil Nas X and Roddy Ricch both directly benefited from this phenomenon. But while it seems to be one of the greatest things to happen for the growing industry of hip-hop, it's proven to be just as efficient.
They said Roddy Ricch and who? My bad, I'm sorry. Did they benefit from TikTok?
Let's just listen, because I honestly can't even remember what I want to say.
Yeah. But I don't think Roddy Ricch, but I think Lil Nas with Old Town Road. Maybe, I don't know.
For eliminating the potential stars of tomorrow. When the hype dies down and these blossoming rappers are called upon for another hit, the results range from
with Roddy Ricch, the boss.
That was.
But I was rocking with Roddy Ricch way before then, though.
You one person before.
A lot of people, though.
I mean, yeah, but there's how many people in the world?
Hold on, let me see. What was Roddy Ricch like first hit? Because I was trying to think of it the other day. Let me see. Got popular. Oh, Down Below. Remember that? And Every Season. I'll play it after this, but I think those songs stood out and really, but the box, it was a social media. It really was a social media curse for him because the song was good, but I don't even think it was the song he was really looking to push.
Because I'm about to said just because like you was rocking with them and a lot of other people were as well, but you do have like that one
Like
song
mainstream.
that really take you to like a whole nother, and for maybe that song was because it was very popular on the platform.
Yeah. I feel you.
Embarrassing to downright tragic. It's your boy Luesta, and this is TikTok's curse on hip hop. This is launched in the US back in code Lu123 for a first deposit match of up to $100. I want to thank PrizePicks for being the #1 daily fantasy sports app and bringing more fun into the world of sports. But now, let's get back into the video. Since its launch in the US back in 2016, TikTok has truly taken the world by storm, with 1 billion monthly users across the globe. Despite only being the 4th largest social media platform, what gives it an edge for hopeful artists is the young demographic that it's captured. And these days, one can argue that there's no better place to make a name for yourself than TikTok. As social media has become the ruling force in today's culture, even the most old head rappers have begun acknowledging its vitality in the game.
You gotta be active on your socials because socials media is the way of life now. But the flip side of that is it's easier to get on than it was back in the day. So
I'm gonna say this: TikTok, like when it comes down to the music, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say two things. No, don't be sighing. I gotta.
I'm sorry for myself, not for you.
No, because of me though.
Not because of you.
Well, make that clear. But I remember they used to say the same thing about SoundCloud. Like, SoundCloud is the new way. SoundCloud is this. SoundCloud is that. And all these artists was being discovered through SoundCloud, but a few years later, it was gone. Mm-hmm. It's kind of the same way now with TikTok, but the only reason why TikTok is a thriving platform because it's not just the basis of music, but for people who dancing, people with skit comedy, people who doing food reviews. So it's a full base platform. But trying to discover artists on TikTok, I think is starting to trend on a downward spiral. There's always ways of how to discover new artists every about 5 to 7 years. Yeah. One point, it was doing mixtape days when we was on live mixtape, that pill, and stuff like that. Used to be before then, hand to hand. That's how you just had to do it. But during the internet wave, it was that pill from live mixtapes and Spinrilla and all that. Then it came down to SoundCloud. SoundCloud was the new way. You got to put your music on SoundCloud. Yeah. Before SoundCloud was YouTube. You got to be on YouTube because you got the Justin Biebers, you got the Chloe and Halle Baileys, and you got other artists that came up on that way. Then at one point it was a surge of Instagram, like LMA and a couple other artists were discovered through Instagram doing cover videos. Cover videos were real popping at one point, and then now it's just TikTok. Musically. And there was another app before Musically. So you got all these other apps, like, they come and go. Yeah. And I think TikTok is one of those that comes and goes. I think it'll eventually, just like Vine, it'll eventually die.
Is a gift and a curse. There's so many more people rapping than it was back in the day. Now you could post some shit up and everybody can see you from wherever you recording at, right? And got a chance to go viral.
You could get a magical repost from somebody or something,
and it's just that easy.
Gilly the Kid dropped some solid advice here, and it definitely seems like success is at the fingertips of social media users. It's simple: drop a track, watch it blow up, and before you know it, you're going from a bedroom studio to playing at Rolling Loud. The pace of today's success is insane, but the truth is, things aren't so simple. Because while TikTok certainly fosters more rapid accomplishment, it ultimately breeds a loop of drastic failure once the one-hit wonders fizzle out. Of course, some outliers exist, namely Lil Nas X and his 11 Grammy nominations, as well as Ice Spice for her continued domination among female artists. For others like Megan Thee Stallion, Central C, and Jack Harlow, the app further cemented their superstar status when tracks like Savage, Doja, and First Class took off on the platform.
I just want to say this about Ice Spice. I think Ice Spice is one of those that it's very hard to kind of decipher her emergence. You can say TikTok, but I'm gonna say when you that main chick coming out of New York, it's like New York they support theirs because like nowadays it's very rare to see a New York artist really blow up and stay out there. So when New York does get those artists that hits the main scale, and I'm not just talking about like main scale, like everybody in New York listen to them. What you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm saying, but be able to reach outside of the tri-state area, outside of the area where in region, like people out on the West Coast listen to Ice Spice, down south, Midwest.
Yeah.
Once you cross that, then I'm talking about that wise, but because New York is still the capital of entertainment. Well, I'll say on the music industry, it's still LA. I feel like it's still like entertainment wise, but New York, as far as really music, and she being from New York, they 100% support they own.
Jack Harlow even admitted in an interview that almost all big songs blow up on TikTok. Now, some songs are literally rooted in some dance challenge that blew it up. Songs go big because it's what kids are listening to. TikTok is where kids are. Sorry. Aside from this, he also mentioned the engagement is better.
TikTok is so incredible, and the comments section is what makes it really incredible. The comments are almost always like something will be funny, and then you open the comments, and that's when you bust out laughing.
As we've seen with records like Munch, a track blowing up on TikTok can be the foundation of a long and healthy career. But in recent years, it's starting to seem like the platform's ability to establish an artist beyond that initial buzz is a rare exception, rather than the unwavering truth people make it out to be. For every lucky musician that makes this leap into mainstream success, there are situations like that of Stay Solid Rocky, Flyana Boss, or Paul Russell, the guy behind Lil Boo Thing.
Bro, I did not know who he was.
In the case of Paul, he signed a major deal off one record, only to find that on the other side of the big hit was a brick wall, stopping him in his tracks as a disregarded TikTok rapper with no real depth or talent. And with the taste the TikTok music narrative leaves in people's mouths, this is the last thing you would want as your artistic reputation. These days, fans are saying things like, TikTok has sucked the soul out of every song. No longer can I envision anything but some generic white girl doing some useless shit with the song in the background. There are so many ways that TikTok can derail the careers of rappers. And studying these cases that range from unfortunate to downright absurd is essential for understanding the current state of rap. But for Coi Leray, it's different. Few artists can claim TikTok as their bread and butter the way that Coi Leray does, as it seems to be one place where her music actually finds chart-worthy success. While she's had quite a few big hits, she's constantly chasing the next viral moment on the video platform. Now, this isn't some video essay cap either. She's literally admitted to using this strategy since day one.
Like, we dropped No More Parties on an off day, Wednesday. And, you know, I took advantage of the TikTok and all of that. And at that moment, everybody tried to shit on me. It was like, oh, you're a TikTok artist and all this other stuff. And I was like, man, listen, little do y'all know, y'all right.
You knew something different. You was like, okay.
I didn't give a fuck. Once I knew that the TikTok drove streams, I'm about my money and I'm about strategy. I don't have no time to have pride and ego on people that's gonna be like, oh, you're a TikTok artist and standing third. Cool, if you don't appreciate the music and you hating because you can't do it the way I did it, then that's cool. But check the numbers out because TikTok is helping me go crazy. And as you can see now, everybody's on TikTok.
Everyone is familiar with the TikTok.
Is it good to really rely on that though?
I feel like it depends on who you are, what you're trying to do, and how long you're trying to be in the game. Like she just said, right now all she focused on is getting to the bag.
That's the problem.
And for a lot of people, they just whatever's gonna give me that quick money, whatever I gotta do to get a bag right now. That's all they care about.
But that's also the problem. The more you only care about this one platform, your career only thrives as long as this platform thrives.
So how far are you trying to go? Like how successful are you trying to be? Like,
and this new generation really be like, but she getting the money though. That money don't last always.
Like it's right now. As quick as you getting it, it's as quick as it can be gone.
Because honestly, TikTok is a hit platform, right?
Yeah.
It's a singles platform.
Yep.
That's the reason why every time like artists that blew up on these platforms, yeah, they singles. Y'all see the numbers. They got numbers, bro. They doing the numbers. But then when the real numbers come out, them album sales, man, don't nobody listen to albums no more. Them numbers don't mean nothing.
Seen it
But you can't say numbers mean something, then turn around and say numbers don't mean something.
Like we gonna either stick to numbers really mean something,
or don't mean
like what we going with.
And also, we done seen it. Like I said earlier, We seen it with SoundCloud. It was so many rappers y'all hyped up on SoundCloud. So many. We did get some good artists from SoundCloud.
Yeah.
You got XXX, I can't never. Is it Tentacion?
Yeah.
You got Juice WRLD. You got Bryson Tiller. I think Bryson Tiller was one of the first joints that came out, and everybody was like, and that's when the surges. Because that's back when I was really working with artists who was wanting to come up. And they were like, man, not TikTok, but SoundCloud. I meant SoundCloud, not TikTok.
SoundCloud.
But, oh, man, you got to get SoundCloud, bro. SoundCloud's the wave. And I was putting my DJ mixtapes on there because I'm like, yo, you are getting traction. I did used to get traction on SoundCloud when I was doing stuff.
You discovered, for myself, back then, you discovered
I discovered.
A lot of dope people. And I'm just like.
And where are those people at now? Because once their platform died, they died. Or they not necessarily died, but they fade away.
Yeah.
Unless you just was a super fan of them, then you remember the music. But it's a lot of artists that never was able to take off because they were known to be sound. I never want to be identified as an artist attached to a platform.
Yeah, like, you a SoundCloud artist.
You a TikTok artist.
TikTok.
I don't care how much the platform is boosting me.
Yeah.
Like, I need to, because Juice WRLD, XX, they was able to branch out of just being, hey, that's what I was discovered, but that's not who I am. Yeah. Even Bryson, that's what he was discovered, but that's not who he is. Yeah. And they were able to, but it's still some that, like, what's his name? Lil Mosey, whatever, or Lil Xan. The reason why their careers never flourished because they could not separate SoundCloud from them as an artist. Even what's Rainbow Hair dude?
6ix9ine.
6ix9ine was discovered through there. Like, a lot of those artists, it's just a whole new wave. Yeah. I think TikTok a little worse though, because it's a single. Most of them singles. At least with SoundCloud, you had a catalog. Had a little minor catalog.
TikToks that use everything from thirst traps to music snippets to dance challenges, hoping to grab an audience and ride a trend. Coi Leray is the blueprint of a TikTok artist, and she's known to employ all of these strategies and more to ensure her continued success. To her label's delight, it's a marketing asset she's continued to invest in.
I am not even like the best TikTok expert. Like, I just literally 2 weeks ago found out how to do, because I just did it with my, I think we did it with the shoes. But Neek was making that. Like, it took us like an hour to make that shit, bro. I see why people be like, nah, I ain't fucking
doing this.
With each new release, Coi puts all her chips on TikTok, banking on its algorithm for her fame and fortune. This strat has shown to lack consistency. As a result, she's created a dilemma where her singles might see the light of day, but her albums prove to be an unworthy investment for record deals and the attention of the masses. As Pitchfork lays it out in this savage review, Coi's self-titled album proves that the rapper and singer's endlessly imitative work chases trendy sounds and obviously samples to mask that it has nothing to say. In Coi's case, she's found that being pigeonholed as a TikTok artist can be a really dangerous game. It can even confine artists to one kind of sound, which is the reality for Erica Banks, whose song Bust It spawned one of the platform's most viral challenges and robbed her of a meaningful career. The track's buzz scored her a Travis Scott remix and record deals at 1501 in Warner, but the second she tried to move on, nobody was willing to help her take that step.
Like to put you in a box, like you gotta stay here. Yeah. We want to see you bust it all the time. Yeah. But like, what are the sides of you that it's like, yo, I can do this too. That,
I tell people that a lot. Cause whenever producers send me beats, they always send me like the club beats. Right. They don't send me the R&B. They don't send me the Caribbean. They don't send me the, And I can pretty much do everything. I have a song for every genre as far as what's in the vault. But I always want people to know that I'm not just the club girl.
For years since she had...
That's hard, bro. Because I understand you want to be like, you don't want to just be around this one sound. But I'll say this, it's so many people that have came and gone because of one sound, right? No, my bad. But there's so many people who came and gone behind one song.
One sound.
Because I seen somebody talk about it the other day. I was like, he did kind of get stuck to one sound, but he was able to throw out a lot of hits. But he was really known for one sound. K-Stylist. K-Stylist had everybody in a chokehold based off of a certain sound, right?
Yeah.
But they like he couldn't. If K-Stylist dropped anything outside of that, I don't think people would ever check. They were like, "Nah, we need another twerk anthem." He gave them twerk anthems. He gave a lot of them.
Yeah.
But outside of that, you know, like somebody who's versatile in doing that was Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy gave you a dance, but didn't get stuck on that. He gave you twerk, which twerk is dancing as well.
Yeah, still, but
then he would give you some street stuff, a little street stuff too. But it was a good turn up time. But it wasn't all one sounded. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess when you like feeding people so long with like the same thing, they don't want anything else. They get used and comfortable to that. So when you try to like branch up, like I got more to offer, they're like, no, just keep doing. That's why
you shouldn't rely on one single. You should work on a catalog first.
Yeah.
But that could be that's a gift and a curse though.
But I always want people to know that I'm not just the club girl.
For years since she had her major hit, Erica pulled out of her contract to regain independence, leaving her $500K in the hole and nothing beyond a one-hit wonder. This is the exact kind of fate that Philly's Armani White is looking to dodge as well. Armed with one of last year's biggest hits with his groovy track Billie Eilish.
Bitch, I'm stylish. Glock talk, big t-shirt, Billie Eilish. Watch on my wrist, but I want that.
This Nori sampling, superstar referencing Smash single, immediately pulled him from being an underground rapper to star status.
You said what?
I said it was very big. It was very popular.
Yeah. But I never now songs are so big.
Oh my
you
gosh,
do not know the artist's face.
Yes, I just thought about that. I was like, I knew like these songs that he's been showing. I'm like, I knew all the songs. Never knew who was behind.
You don't want that though. You do not want that because that's end of your career.
Like when I can't remember the young man's name, but the one that signed. The one he said signed, but he hit him one. Never seen his face.
Didn't
know.
Yeah.
Ever since, he's insisted that he'll make it happen again.
I'll be thinking about that when I'm, you know what I mean? Like when I'm putting these numbers on the board, it's just like, all right, let's do it again. Let's do another one. Or let's just raise the bar. Like, you know, because with Billie Eilish, it was a scale of like, at first it was 1 million views. And it was like, well, how I get 1 million views that fast? Then it went to 2 million. Then it was 10,000 pre-saves. Then it was 20, 30, 40. Every time you do it, it's just like, well, can he do it again? And I just, we just raised the bar.
Despite this confidence in his ability, he shows reservations about his heavy association with TikTok. For all the positive advantages of a presence on the platform, the negativity attached makes it hard for the industry to take you seriously as an artist. When performing at the BET Hip Hop Awards, Armani expressed frustration that the app was even mentioned in his introduction. However, he managed to save himself with a positive spin.
It was like validation before that. Even when they bought me out, it was like, you know, TikTok, like Fat Joey's on the mic, TikTok is very heavy in the culture. And I'm like, why do they keep saying it's TikTok, man? But I think that was the validator because before that, they didn't know, like, you knew the song. Everybody at this point knew the song, but you didn't know what it looked like, who it was from, where it came from. And it was like, oh, this is like.
And that's the problem.
His breakthrough.
And I ain't gonna hold you. That's another problem with BET. I know y'all want to be of now, and y'all trying to figure out how to get the people in tune. And with so many people with so many different opinions, I'll say this: it's very hard to really like listen to the fans' opinion when the fans don't know the business. And sometimes you gotta throw the business hat on. And I don't think putting the artist on a stage like that is good when the song is way bigger than the face. And I'm like, that if they have some type of notoriety because of the face, then like Coco. Like Coco, if you put Coco on stage, a lot of people know Coco from YouTube, and they just seen her in the TV shows now and stuff. So a lot of people might not be aware who she is, and they might know the songs, but a lot of people do know who she is because they done seen her face before. And they be like, "Oh, I didn't know she was the one," but she already has a familiar face for a lot of people. But putting somebody out there who doesn't have a face at all just because the song good, I don't think is also good as well. Yeah. But that's just my personal opinion.
Success landed him a spot with Def Jam, which reaped a successful Billie Eilish remix, a feature on Denzel Curry's Goated, and a respectable EP release. However, none of these projects came close to matching up with his debut stardom, where the young Philly rapper once had the world in a chokehold. His first impression brought in a ton of respect and success, but now he's left scrambling to replicate that impact on the game. Fans are sympathizing with his struggle, blaming the mere presence of a TikTok hit on his resume as the blockade on his path to further glory. All the TikTok rapper labels are undeserved. Not his fault that he blew up that way. I think a lot of people are gonna disregard him as a one-hit wonder TikTok artist, but he's been in the game forever and is really talented. As he struggles to curate his next big break, Armani still has some hope to cling to. Meanwhile, SoFago's TikTok deal has left him struggling on the wrong side of success. During the quarantine days, SoFago exploded on TikTok with Knock Knock, which is a track off his Angelic Sevens album. Strangely, the track didn't receive attention on the platform until far after its release.
It was weird seeing Knock Knock get this big, but when I first dropped Knock Knock, it actually had like amazing potential, but it just didn't reach that potential until like a year later. So it's just like amazing to like see what's going on now with the song, just, you know what I'm saying? Cause like we always had faith in Knock Knock, but like now it's like really it's time.
This breakthrough record had the whole world believing in him, so much so that he signed with Travis Scott shortly after the track's release. But as quickly as he was placed in the spotlight, he was left to gather dust on a shelf. Fans began to speculate that LaFlame may have been sabotaging him all along. Fago has a lot of potential, and signing to Travis has been damaging. His growth has come to a complete halt and is even declining. In this time, everything moves so fast, and I think people could get over Fago before he even got a proper start. Unfortunately for Fago, this post nailed what the future would hold. By the time his debut album Pink Hearts finally reached the radio, not even Gunna, Ken Carson, and DJ Khaled features could prevent the massive flop. Left devastated, SoFago lost all patience and targeted his frustration by lashing out at his fans online. Rather cut all you fake ass half supporters loose and rock with the people who really fuck with me. My fan base is only gonna get stronger over the years. I just need my fans. I don't need critics telling me how to live my life or make music. You gon' make $1 million since you know so much. Despite these claims of growth, Fago has yet to come close to those first day heights again.
See, and that's the problem with a lot of generations. Even when our generation was coming up, y'all hate to hear the critique. Mm-hmm. Y'all hate hearing basically no. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it goes from generation to generation. They always say, "You will see one day."
Yeah.
I called it even in the Double XL freshman when he was on there, and every year when we do the Double XL, we're gonna do it again this year. I get called a hater. I get called, you don't know nothing. And a year later, I'm proven right every single time. She just said that the other day. She was like, "You know what? You was right about the Double XL." I'm like, bro, I can see it, bro. Like, I don't have an education. I don't have the experience behind this stuff. I might not be doing it now. I might just be doing YouTube now. But
you say you don't.
I say I might. Huh?
Go ahead.
I say I might not. What I say?
You say you don't.
Don't what?
Have the education.
I mean, I might. I have. I say I might. I mean, I might not be doing it now, but I have the education from it about the music business. So I have a degree in music business. I've been educated by those who have
you're not just
super
talking
experience.
Out your backside. Like,
yeah,
you're talking
like
from experience. You're talking from knowledge.
I know people in the industry. From writers to big producers.
Yeah, and for a lot of times you can like look. Not like, oh, I could look at someone and tell, but once you like, but you can look at someone and tell sometimes, or when they like start put like, you see their work and you see like them, you know, them rap and kind of like how they, like you can kind of tell like, is this going to be longevity or is this going to be just for right now? They hot for right now. Yeah. Like you can kind of like tell that in some senses, but I mean, yeah, but when people are like, fans of people at the moment, they don't see that. Yeah,
me, like, that's one thing I like about Double XLs. A lot of times we don't be knowing, especially nowadays, we don't be knowing who's gonna be on that list. So a lot of times it's be introductory for us, and I try to, and I guess going in with a fresh eye, you can really dictate and really see what might work for someone. Like even last year's list. People I called on that list were like they irrelevant now. Just because they got relevancy at the time doesn't mean they're always out. Bro, it's been people I said 2-3 years ago, I was like, I don't see it. Or they're not hip hop, they're pop. They're not relevant anymore.
And honestly, like if I was like in the industry, you know, like this, like music, I want that slow grind and slow come up. Like I don't want no over.
That's even with us doing our YouTube.
With anything you do,
we always said we don't want that big blow up.
You have to like start from the bottom and like you really like out here putting in work.
You appreciate it more.
I want that. I appreciate it more. Like I want to learn. I want to be a student to it. Like I don't want no overnight success. Like I don't want this big hit and then I can never follow up with it. If I don't at least have 20-something songs or more in the vault,
y'all can go listen to everything.
You can go like, and I know that this is gonna hit every single time. I don't want it. Like I just don't, cause I don't. How I am with my
I'm gonna say this.
I don't want to fall off. I don't want to fall off like that.
Somebody who overnight. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, they haven't even reached their peak yet.
Yeah.
Because they have so much experience, and even though they can put a hit. And they could do the TikTok thing, and they could ride that way, but I don't think she wants to ride that way because she has so much experience in the industry. And I'm saying all this, and she's still money long.
Oh,
she can write you a hit. She can make a hit. She can make a TikTok hit, but she also understands the industry because she's been in the industry for so long.
She's been in the game for a while, so it's a little different. But yeah.
Despite these claims of growth, Faygo has yet to come close to those first day heights again. As he steadily continues to drop, it seems as though nobody is taking notice. What a shame. Broke hair 2021 and disappeared. As seen in the case of Faygo, TikTok success sets high audience expectations, but it also leaves blossoming artists with a big head. I mean, just look at Satori Zoom. Back in 2020, his track Buster made waves on the platform. Rider, Buster, you need it, I'll bleed it. Geeking off a parking bitch, I'm feeling like a demon. And suddenly, he started talking like he was a shoo-in for a big money deal.
I wouldn't be surprised if people in some quote-unquote higher positions would look at me. They might think I'm just another bullshit artist, someone they can make money off of. But the last thing I am is a fucking pawn. I'm a fucking paragon. That's pretty much it. Really? Yeah. They can suck a dick.
His cocky attitude was something his fans bought in on as well. He's gonna be the biggest rapper of 2021. That's who. But here, we see TikTok's illusion of success strike again, as his most recent video barely gathered 20,000 views. Many artists have witnessed these situations unfold, which is why people like Flo Milli are doing everything to curb the TikTok artist tag before it collapses their reputation. After her track Beef Flow Mix and her feature on Snot's Mean got her major buzz on the platform, Flo initially rode that wave of popularity and did so unapologetically on an interview, where she openly stated that the platform of her breakthrough didn't really matter to her. She was just grateful for the opportunity to shine. Unlike many of her peers, she was also comfortable embracing the label of a TikTok rapper. While she was confident in her ability to succeed outside of the app when making these comments back in 2022, she was quickly humbled when her first studio album didn't even graze the charts. 2 years and 2 albums later, Flo has begun to acknowledge the issues and false perceptions that TikTok has created for her, and how difficult it was to live up to those expectations.
You know, I think because social media has made people feel like, and even me too, I'm a victim of it, like it made us feel like we're supposed to like get success so fast, but that's not really the reality of social media and reality, 2 different things. So it's like you gotta really just come back to reality and know you gotta really work for this shit.
Stuck in rising star status for an unfortunate stretch, Flo Milli has finally begun to climb her way back onto the charts as a feature on Lil Yachty's Never Lose Me. But of course, this song's success catapulted thanks to TikTok, further solidifying her as an artist who can't escape the confines of the app. Within the app's many issues for artists lies an underlying issue for all of its creative users. As the market floods to the video sharing platform, the window of success only shrinks. With this in mind, will TikTok ever be responsible for the stars of tomorrow? Well, as TikTok grows and changes, presenting itself as the ticket to fame and fortune in the digital age, it's important to acknowledge that even the ones who pulled off this rare feat have learned that the formula isn't as simple as overnight success. Like Lil Nas X, who proved that success was obtainable on TikTok and made impressive feats in the industry thanks to his explosion onto the scene. But with his recent J. Christ campaign finding tons of success on TikTok, it for some reason didn't translate to the charts, where his song didn't even come close to the top 50. So we're in a time where millions of views on teasers still don't guarantee a successful track. And the days where rappers could organically produce these numbers are long gone. Take Roddy Ricch for example, who literally reactivated his social media just because he knew his song would go viral on TikTok.
There were other people in your team, or there was an idea that it was going to be other songs were going to be the one that were going to do what The Box did. And The Box kind of took a few people by surprise.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back in history, like I know I'd be like delete my Instagram and shit. But the day the album came out, I had did a Triller. It's like the only Triller I ever did. I did it to the box because I knew.
You knew?
Yeah.
Why?
That was like my little sign, like I know this gonna be the one.
So, okay, you're the only person then that I can ask this question to. What was it about that song? Thinking back now, 2 years after you put it out, what was it about that song that you knew had that special thing about it?
With different songs, you just have a feeling.
Yeah.
Today, we see the TikTok phenomenon truly fading out. Where clout on the app once earned hungry artists respect and even record deals, label executives have revealed that for a while, it was like all you gotta do is get a song going on TikTok. And it's out of here. It's not a guarantee anymore. Similarly, Music Tech CEO Roy LaManna explains the curse of TikTok fame on rappers as follows. Everyone thinks that when these viral things go off, it's gonna be something bigger. But even with the TikTok stuff, we're often seeing a big explosion. The song generates hundreds of thousands of dollars, then people move on. There's no connection to the artist. It's a fleeting moment. An elite manager also admits that more people are investing in songs that might not have the artist proposition attached to them. By default, if more of the people responsible for breaking acts are focused on songs, that's how you have a landscape where there are a trillion one-hit wonders. With a sea of talented rappers who are expected to make it, now left dry and fanless, the reality of TikTok's illusion becomes crystal clear. My advice, young artists need to remove their focus from those TikTok smash hits and instead on finding the necessary building blocks of a role that's worthwhile in the rap game.
You know one thing I'll say this. I don't think you can cater to necessarily. What's the best way to say this? The main reason why I feel like they really flocking to TikTok, I feel like is because they know that's where the youth is, right? And the youth is who typically moves the music industry. But the problem is, I'll say this. The problem is, back in the day, it was good to push the youth because the youth, we pushed on our parents to go buy the albums.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they don't sell albums anymore. The kids are just listening to it online. And kids' attention span is way shorter than adults now. And way shorter than what we used to have.
Yeah.
So your song is quickly fickled through as the next hit comes.
Right.
So, and kids' attention span to you is very short as well. So they'll find a new favorite next week.
Yeah.
So the problem is, the more you focus on TikTok, those also are not the people that constantly going to these shows. It's the adults. So when you're only caring about the youth and only caring about the kids in this generation, and not saying that they're not important, but when you're only focused on them,
right,
your career is nothing. And then y'all signing these label deals, not understand the business of the industry. Most of y'all nowadays, when y'all sign these label deals, y'all sign them for album deals. And then y'all albums flop. Y'all are now constantly in debt to the labels where y'all will never be big because y'all owe so much money. And so once the labels say, hey, we're going to give you $500,000 for this album, people think, oh, I got $500,000 label deal. That's $500,000 to go make this album. By the time you pay taxes and all that, you might got $300,000 to go put towards the album. By the time you try to go give producers, the biggest producers and features, you broke.
Baby.
Now, when you put that album out, the album only makes about $100,000 back to the label. The label looking like, man, we just lost $400,000. We got to recoup that
some way, somehow.
Nah, bro, you got to. And then you like, well, I need another album. Well, since that last album didn't do much, we're gonna give you $250. Now you got less to work. But you still gotta recoup that $400. And now you owe them $650. You'll never get yourself out of debt. And so now you don't have money to push.
That's why in my head, like when he was saying like all these people that was like signing, I was
y'all
like,
signing too early, man.
And I understand like people want this success and this money, or people do a lot of things for money. Like you throw them an amount, a dollar sign, they just like whatever, but not even understanding what comes with that. And I'm like, baby, you getting yourself in something you have no understanding of. You have not a clue. Like if you have like a little ounce of clue, you don't really know. And for me, I'm like, for a lot of people, since y'all are basically blowing up off this one song, like I don't feel like you will really like ever amount to putting out anything that could ever top that first song that people like know you from, like that really blew up. So I would never go out. I would never go out and sign no deal for no amount of money, knowing that I really ain't got, no other songs that could even top this one.
I wouldn't even want a TikTok hit though. Yeah, personally, myself. Because like I said, it's a gift and a curse.
Most definitely.
And a lot of times the curse is bigger than the gift that it gives you.
Agree.
Hey man, y'all spam us up, man. I can go all day. Cause this part of the music is really my forte as far as the business side. So I could go in way more in depth. We just ain't got all day to sit here to talk about it. But y'all spam us up, man. If y'all got any questions about it, let me know or let us know.
Let you know.
Well, I'm talking about for the music industry wise. You can let me know if I can help you. I'm always willing to help, man. But hey, spam us up. Let us know y'all thoughts and opinions about it. But till next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is. We are. We out.
Time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar.